Quick intro before we get into the tour. This is a tour of the arcade in Wichita, Kansas. It's really awesome. I'm just going to show you guys the initial walkthrough, which is just me holding the camera, walking through the place, showing you what games are in there. And if you want to hear more about my experience there, after the initial tour hangout, I'm going to go back through the video and talk a little bit about my time at the arcade. But for now, let's just get straight into the video. Here we go. So that was the tour of the arcade in Wichita, Kansas. I had a great time at this arcade. One of the things I want to mention right off the bat is this arcade is co-owned by another YouTuber that you may have seen if you're into arcade stuff. He is Mike's Amateur Arcade Monitor Repair on YouTube, but he also has the channel Your MK Arcade Source. I've been watching Your MK Arcade Source for at least, I want to say at least a decade now. I would just watch him off and on back in the day, way before I had my channel. I actually got to meet Mike at the arcade, which was awesome. I've been there before. This was their new location. I've done a tour of the old location, but this time Mike was able to show up and I was able to talk to him a little bit. Mike's an awesome guy and I really was excited to meet him in person finally. I also picked up 2 arcade monitors from him that he's repaired, since he's kind of like the master. I call him the master of raster. But let's talk about the actual arcade. This place is awesome. I wish I had something like this close to me. I did tour their old location when I was in town last time, and it was a great location then, but this is even better. More games. Now they have a bar. Now they serve food. I wish I'd gotten better footage of the bar now that I think about it, but I was trying to record with people there. It was a busy Saturday night, and it's hard for me to get footage. I don't like people's kids being in videos if I can avoid it. If it's the back of their heads, I try to just do that. So I tried to get some footage, but I just did a quick pan. In fact, let's just go ahead and start the video and I'll talk my way through it. All right, here we are. As you can see, there's TVs all over the place. It may not show up in all of my videos, but he's got, you know, different feeds running, games, music videos, all kinds of fun stuff to watch there. We've got Hunt Brothers Pizza, got a jukebox there on the wall. Really cool. Nice seating area, really cool. And I wish I could point, but I can't. But if you look at the bar, there is a Donkey Kong theme back there. And maybe in editing, I'm going to borrow some of Mike's video of his walkthrough and try to get a better shot of that because it deserves to be seen. I didn't even really visit the bar now that I think about it. I'm not a big drinker, so I didn't even go over there. I just took a quick shot of it. It also has an outdoor area there to the left. Again, if I'm remembering, I'm going to put an overlay from Mike's video tour of the place. So if you want to hang out outside, I don't know if they allow smoking out there or not, but either way, I don't smoke, so I don't think of that stuff. But they have an outdoor area to sit. The weather was nice that night. It was cool, so lots of people were out there. Kids were running around. There's a few outdoor games out there. To get into this arcade, you can actually come in for free, but if you want to play in the free play area, which is through that sign that you're seeing right there, that arcade sign pointing down, as you can see the sign on the podium, it says $12 for adults, $10 for 10 and under, no tokens required. All the games are free play in there, and let me tell you, as you already saw probably, what an awesome collection of games they have. Now, these are all before my time. I'm not going to try to go through all these and pretend I know every single one. I mean, I've heard of them, of course. A lot of these are before my time. I did play some Double Dragon as a kid. That's awesome. He has 1 and 2 right next to each other. Sorry about my big hand getting in the shot there. We've got Final Fight and Altered Beast. Donkey Kong over there. Donkey Kong Jr. And the Punch-Out. The dual screen Punch-Out. And before I forget to say anything about this, which I don't know how I possibly could, one of the things I hate the most about going to a free play based arcade is a lot of the games are just in horrible condition because they're being beat up constantly all day. Any kid can walk up, mash on them, jerk the joysticks all around. But I will tell you this, Mike's Arcade has just about the most spot-on condition-wise that you could get in an arcade that's based on free play. All the controls, buttons work that I tried. I found like one thing that was wrong. Mike asked me if I ran into any problems, and I just told him, and it was a very simple thing he's going to fix. It was just a button came disconnected because kids were beating the heck out of it. But there you go. Another thing to note is all of his machines have CRTs outside of a few racing cabinets, so that's really cool too. I played the heck out of Baby Pac-Man. I'd never seen that game until I went to the old location when I visited before. It's weirdly fun to just drop in and play some pinball all of a sudden, mid-Pac-Man. But again, it's before my time. I like the Rubik's Cube drink area. Well, that's where you're supposed to place your drinks, but as Mike and I saw, a lady had her, I guess it was probably alcohol, sitting right on the control deck of one of the fighting cabinets. I think it was a Mortal Kombat, and it hurts me, but it's fine. You know, Mike said it himself. He's like, there's nothing in here that I can't fix, so it's no reason to stress, I guess, but I was stressed for him. Look at this row of fighting cabinets, all in Midway cabinets, even the ones that don't necessarily belong, like the Street Fighters. I mean, I guess they were conversion kits made for those anyway, but look at this. All of these fighting games, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, Ultimate 3, Mortal Kombat 4, my favorite. I know I'm the minority. I will say I noticed lots and lots of just, I'm going to call them civilians, just random arcade goers, people who aren't there like, oh, I love this specific game, which unfortunately is what is in most arcades now. It's not like guys like me who love arcades that show up to specifically play these games. These are just randos walking by and saying, let's play this. I noticed more and more people going to MK4 than any of the other ones. It was really shocking to me, really. We got a Marvel vs. Capcom, the beautiful Killer Instinct 1 and 2, WrestleMania down there, Tattoo Assassins. So if you watched his channel, he built this cabinet using a Midway cabinet. It is running, I believe, MAME inside in a PC because he didn't have the PCB since I think it's really rare. But it was cool to see that in person. I actually watched him restore WrestleMania, Tattoo Assassins, several games in here. It's always fun to go get to play them. Oh, look, we have a drink sitting on WrestleMania. Oh, I'm stressed right now. I don't think anything happened, but that WrestleMania was in excellent shape when I showed up. It had been in the arcade for a couple years, I believe, by this point. But, oh man, that hurt. We got Time Crisis 1, or Time Crisis 3, a 2-player. Crisis Zone, I played that. That was fun. Lethal Enforcers 2, I rarely ever see that in arcades nowadays. Silent Scope, Terminator 2, Revolution X, that's one of the ones I watched him fix up on his channel. The guns still have feedback. You never encounter that. I was really impressed with that. We got Carnival, Maximum Force, Off-Road, and APB there, Pole Position. So I had to jump over the Rush cabinets because there was a kid in it and I didn't want him on camera. But Rush, The Rock, linked 2-player. I believe they're linked. I think they're linked, yeah. Hydro Thunder and Cruisin' the World. Or Cruisin' World. I always call it Cruisin' the World because of the theme song. I didn't beat it, but I knocked out all the top times on every track I played on Hydro Thunder. And if I pause right there, if you can look closely,
CAG at the top, 2 minutes, 56 seconds, and the next closest time was 3 minutes, 16 seconds. I have the cabinet. It's right there behind me. You can see it. I love that game. I played the heck out of it. I have Rush as well, so I played some of that too to try to put my name in. I can't remember if I got my name in, but yeah. It's so funny. I go to arcades and I just mainly play all the games I have in this room when I show up, but it's exciting to put your name in. No one cares usually but me, but there you go. Star Wars Trilogy machine right there. 1943. We got a Mike cameo. Mike's leaning in over there telling people how to, helping him out with Simpsons cabinet there. I don't know, hopefully Mike's not going to be upset being in my video. He's not usually on camera, but he was there. Oh, this is the great 4-player, not even a clover leaf, because there's so many games wrapped around this one area. It's not like a 4-leaf clover or anything like that, but it is in that like kind of back-to-back pattern there. The Nintendo Super System. That's a cool cabinet. Another one I watched him fix up on the channel. I rarely see one of those in person. So this is the other side of it. He has an X-Men there that I don't think I really got to show because I didn't want to have too much of these people on camera. Track and Field, Tempest, Star Wars. Man, I love the Empire Strikes Back one more than the original, but that's just me. The little Q*bert. I've got the mini New Wave toys up there they sent me to review on the shelf. Moon Patrol, that's a cool one. Okay, so let's talk about the pinball. The pinball is the same as it was, other than having new machines. Pretty much the same as it was at the old arcade with this really cool setup where there are camcorders hanging from the ceiling looking down at the play field, which are going to TVs that are above each pinball machine. So when he's doing like tournament plays or just anybody's playing and you want to see what they're doing, you can just stand behind them and look up. A great, awesome feature I've never seen at another arcade so far. Really cool. You'll see here I put my hand in the shot of the camera so you can get the idea of how it's working. I believe I do it on Back to the Future here. Well, we'll see. Do it eventually. No, this one. There's the camera. It goes to that TV behind it. And whoop, there's my hand. Pretty cool. I think that's just a really, really great feature of an arcade. It's just genius. Costs some money. It's a little bit of a hassle. But Mike told me those cameras have run for, I can't remember how many years now, but it's been many, many, many years. They've never failed. They're on 24/7 and they just work. I was stunned when he told me that. Here's a pinball machine I've never seen before. Luckily, Mike pointed it out to me because I probably would have just glossed over it. The Big Lebowski. He put credits in and we played a little bit of it. Yeah, I wish I got a shot, but it has a cool, like under the play field is a really cool bowling, I guess, lane. And you can hit something through there, hit the ball through there and it knocks pins. Really cool setup. I like that a lot. Let's see, a lot of these new Stern cabinets right there. The Foo Fighters one, I've been just starting to run into that. It's a fun machine. One machine I'd never played yet was Venom. I got to play Venom while I was there. I was bad at it, of course, but there we go. So this is the Stern Insider Connect connected thing. He's got the wall up there where people can come play. If you sign in with your phone while you're playing, you scan the QR code, your scores will be displayed in the arcade, which is really cool. Which is kind of funny because I like to put my initials in on machines, but usually people don't care. But he's got some pretty cool or pretty hardcore pinball guys that come in and play. And they were probably competing here, so they probably go back and forth like, oh, I'm on top on this game. So it's a really cool thing that they took the time to put that up there. I love when arcades it's hard to find arcades nowadays, especially free play based ones or barcades, that really take the time and effort to care about the games and make the games a special thing. Clearly, this place is run by arcade fans, and even if not all the patrons care that much, the ones who do are going to be treated to a really great experience, which I love about an arcade. So great job to Mike and his partner. I don't know his partner's name, but great job to Mike. I love this place. I wish it were closer. It's a solid 600 miles from my house. I hit it on a road trip, and getting some monitors on the trip made it worth it too. But anytime I'm in the area, I'm gonna go to this arcade, and I recommend you do too. It's easily one of my favorite I've ever been to. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new for more arcade content. I'm gonna be going to Galloping Ghost in a couple weeks. I'm very excited about that. Who knows how long that video is gonna have to be. I'm gonna try to do the entire walkthrough of all 800, oh, it's almost 900 games now, I think. Try to do that. I think I'm also gonna hit the pinball side and just walk through that as well. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys again for watching. Leave me a comment. Have you ever been to this arcade? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. If you're in the area, let me know if you're gonna stop by because of this video. I really hope that I can help them get more business because they really deserve it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.